One day, Mrs. Brown left Paddington outside Crumbold and Ferns so that he could do some secret Christmas shopping on his own. But it wasn't as easy as it looked. In fact, he landed on a tie-pin, and it was very painful. Crumbold and Ferns was a very old established shop, and once you managed to get through the revolving doors, it felt as though time had stood still. It was the kind of shop where the assistants were rarely taken by surprise. So when Paddington announced that he'd come to buy a clothesline, the man scarcely raised his eyebrows, especially when he caught sight of the diamond tie-pin on Paddington's duffel coat. "Perhaps," he said, "you would like to consider one of our special expanding clotheslines, sir, as used by some of the best families in the country. You'd be surprised if I told you the names of some of our customers." "Mine's for Mrs. Bird," said Paddington. "I'm buying her a new one for Christmas. Hers broke the other day." "Well, we can't have that, sir. Perhaps you'd like to test it. I'm sure it won't let your Mrs. Bird's washing down." "Thank you very much," said Paddington. "It couldn't be more simple. The box contains over 100 yards of best clothesline, and as you pull, it unwinds itself. Then when you've finished, you simply... Oh, dear me. Mr. Wainwright, have you seen a young bear gentleman wearing a blue duffel coat go past? He went that way, towards the China department. Sounds as though he's arrived." Oh, my goodness. Follow that box." Paddington helped himself to a bullseye. The clothesline had turned out to be much longer than he'd expected. Now he was lost, and he definitely felt in need of some refreshment. "Ah, there you are," said the assistant. "I suppose you realize you've tied everyone up in knots. What have you done with the end of the line?" "It's here," said Paddington. "At least, it was a moment ago." "What was that?" asked the assistant. "I said it's here. Here." The assistant stared at him. For some strange reason, he seemed suddenly to have lost the use of his hearing. "Do speak up," he exclaimed. "I can't understand a word you're saying." "Oh dear," said Paddington. "I think my bullseye must have fallen in your ear." "Your bullseye," repeated the man. "Fallen in my ear." "I'm afraid it's a bit slippery where I've been sucking it," began Paddington. "You've been sucking a bullseye in Crumbold and Ferns." But for the second time that morning, the assistant found that he was talking to himself. Paddington had decided it was high time he did one of his disappearing tricks again. He arrived outside the shop just as a very important-looking gentleman was about to go in, and they were soon deep in conversation. "That's Sir Gresham Gibbs," whispered the commissionaire. "That young bear found a highly valuable tie-pin belonging to him only this morning." "It wasn't very difficult," said Paddington. "I sat on it by mistake." "Nevertheless, an example to us all. James, as a reward, I would like to place my car at your disposal for the rest of the day. James!" "I don't think we shall get back into Crumbold and Ferns for a while. They appear to have some rope caught in their entrance. Perhaps you'd like to continue your shopping elsewhere." "I think that would be a very good idea, Mr. Gibbs," announced Paddington, "especially if James can find a clothesline shop without revolving doors that sells bullseyes as well. I've left my last one in someone's ear, by mistake."